Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode here of Meet the Candidate. We have Pam Davidson here with me today. Thanks to Max for setting everything up. He's busy streaming a live event today, so I'm trying to muddle it through on my own. Hello, Pam. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Bonnie. Thanks for having me.
First things first, can you tell us a bit about yourself, like where you live and what your vocation is, that sort of thing?
Yes, I live in the Red Deer area, specifically Red Deer. We live on a farm where we've raised our family for the last 24 years. Yeah, so it's been good.
Good. And what experience are you bringing to this position? Explain any communications related activities you were involved in the past, either with the UCP or other political parties.
Sure. So I bring a combination of government experience, political involvement, and grassroots engagement. I have supported campaigns. I've worked closely with constituency associations. I've created and distributed key messages and contributed to communication strategies during high pressure situations. I was the press secretary specifically for forestry and parks for a year of my working in the government, and that was during one of the biggest wildfire seasons in our city. So being under pressure, I was and had to get out a message of, that our government had the proper people involved to fight fires. We were ready and able to do so. So I think that's um, my biggest.
Can you pardon my interruption? I'm having trouble hearing you. Is there anything covering your microphone by any chance?
I had it leaning on my computer. Is that better?
That is much better. That is much
Okay.
better.
Okay.
Um, do you know if you could summarize your answer again for me, please?
Yeah, sure. So I guess my biggest well, let's go back to what the question was so I can what
I'm
experience
sorry.
do I bring?
What experience
Yeah.
are you bringing to this position?
Yeah.
Just explaining what you've done in the past.
Sure. So I bring a combination of government experience, political involvement, and grassroots engagement. My biggest thing is I was the press secretary for forestry and parks for a year, and that was during our Alberta is one of our I would say our um, biggest wildfire seasons, and or I guess recorded on record as one of the biggest wildfire seasons. And so to talk about stress, we had a very stressful situation in trying to get out messaging to Albertans to when they needed to evacuate, how they should evacuate, and just to be that we're prepared as a province to fight the fires, and yeah, how we were best going to do that.
Thank you. Um, have you had experience serving on any kind of board?
Yeah, so I've served on many boards and many committees. My experience on boards is I was the one of the directors for the Innisfail Sylvan Lake board, which at that time we were a brand new party, and I was actually lucky enough to be the very first chair of the nomination committee for the very first nomination that the brand new party ran. Um, and so that was a great experience for me to see how boards work, to see the process. We actually helped make a lot of policies when we did that. And then the to bring us more to community stuff, I helped organize the Central Alberta Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. So being on that committee was, yeah, it was a highlight.
Good.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
And the thing I
oh,
was, yeah, 2 years ago I was the president of our local CA, so the Innisfail Sylvan Lake board.
all right. Thank you. Why do you want to run for this position on the UCP board?
It's a good question. I helped build this party and I want to strengthen it. As a founding member, I've always believed in a party that's unified and principled and accountable to its members. I'm running because I want to modernize and sharpen how we communicate both internally and publicly. We have strong values and strong results, but we need a more consistent and disciplined communication approach.
Excellent. Do you work for an Alberta MLA or for the UCP?
Yeah, I actually am currently the chief of staff for Dale Nally in Service Alberta and Red Tape Reduction.
Thank you. Do you have ideas on how to strengthen the relationships between between CAs and the provincial board?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think consistent information flow is essential. CAs need predictable updates, clear expectations, practical resources, and direct channels for two-way communication. I want the board to provide more structured updates and better tools to the CAs so that they feel supported and respected, and so they're able to do their work confidently.
Very good. Do you have ideas on how to improve relations between urban and rural ridings?
It's another good question, and it's a big one. I believe
Yeah,
the best approach is having a unified message, shared priorities. I think that whether you live in downtown Calgary or rural Alberta, affordability, opportunity, and safety matters. Strengthening relationships means ensuring both urban and rural CAs have equal access to resources.
thank you. With a round of legislative candidate nominations around the corner, what are
Mm-hmm.
your suggestions for ensuring that the selection process is a fair and transparent one, as transparent as it can be?
Yeah. So fairness requires clarity, and that means clear rules, clear timelines, and consistent processes across all the ridings. Expectations must be communicated early and applied evenly. A nomination should never come up as a surprise. Members and candidates should know what to expect before the process begins. I think that transparency builds trust, especially among grassroots members.
Good. What are the challenges the UCP faces to communicate with its base? Oh, no, wait a minute. That's new. Max had added that. This is kind of off the cuff. Okay, I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know if you got this one.
Oh
What are the
yeah.
challenges the UCP faces to communicate with its base and spread
Hmm.
the conservative message?
Yeah. So yeah, he did give us that one. So
Did he?
Miss
Okay.
Yeah, I think misinformation spreads really quickly, and the NDP are hard at work defining narratives before we get to. So we need strong message of discipline, quicker turnaround times, and a better digital presence. I think that's a big important piece. You know, a digital presence, talking to people like yourself, and to like at the Sean Newman show, many other ones, right? That really that's how we're getting our message out to conservatives in Alberta.
Good. What are your plans to reach to the immigrant community as well as young adults, which is a target audience for the NDP?
Yeah, I think these groups want engagement that's genuine, consistent, and relatable. Excuse me. We need to show up in their communities, speak to the issues that they face, and ensure our communication is modern and accessible. Speaking to doing podcasts again and getting out there more digitally.
Good. The hot button topic that everyone seems to want to know. Are
Mhm.
you in favor of seeing an independence referendum put to Albertans?
Of course, I am. Absolutely. I think Albertans always have the right to choose their future, should always have the right to choose their future, excuse me. And I don't think that the board should determine the direction that that our grassroots people should get to do that. And my focus will be ensuring that the party respects the democratic process and listens to its members.
Good. The final one, election readiness. The provincial election is in 2027. What are your thoughts about ensuring that the UCP renews a victory in the upcoming election, and especially in urban areas like Calgary and Edmonton?
Yeah. So one of the things that I am actually saying that I want to do is I want to set up a communications committee, and I want to have invite someone from each of the areas with, and that would be Calgary, Edmonton, North, Central, and South, to sit on this committee to help make sure that local representation is there, so that we can work together um, to better communicate in those areas across the board.
It's going to be all hands on deck, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
staying unified is going to be a key though, because if we, I think the referendum is going to be a great thing, and it's going to show Alberta where we stand, or actually the country where we stand. But I think that importantly, we need to win the next election so that whatever the outcome of that is, and should it be independence, that we have a provincial government that support us and work towards that.
Do you have any closing thoughts that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I think I just summed it up, but
That was pretty much
yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair.
yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, yeah. But I
All right.
appreciate your time. Yeah.
Yeah, I really thank you for taking the time to talk to us. We've got almost all of the candidates done, and I really appreciate you being so cooperative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
I
absolutely.
I hope you have a great afternoon, and
Thank you,
we'll see you
Bonnie.
at the AGM.
Thank you, Bonnie. Vote for
You're
Pam Davidson.
welcome.